there, good looking. Join me for this total body strength workout. Listen, we are using compound exercises so that you get a ton of muscles worked. We're also doing it in a circuit, a pattern, so that we also get a really good calorie burn. The only equipment you need is one moderate weight dumbbell. For reference, I have a 15-pound dumbbell. And I also recommend that you do this in your bare feet. As we age, our feet tend to weaken, so working out in bare feet is going to help strengthen the muscles and the fascia at the bottoms of the feet. In addition, it's going to help us give a little bit more of a boost for our bone health, which is good news for anybody who's postmenopausal. And we have some balance drills with the exercises, so you'll find that you'll be able to ground yourself better in bare feet as opposed to your shoes. All right, let's go get warmed up. All right, before we get started, if you have a fitness watch and you like to track your workouts, press start now. For reference, I have an Apple Watch and I chose the HIIT setting. Let's get down onto our mat, starting with a core workout. And I forgot to also mention, this is a wrist-friendly workout. So hey, this is gonna be great, isn't it? Draw the belly button in. Let's get set up for dead bug. Knees over hips, arms extended. Lower one leg and the opposite arm at the same time, keeping that low back. Neutral, and breathe. You're going to feel this in the core in addition to that leg that extends, hip and thigh. Nice and slow, back of the neck is long. And as I mentioned, the whole idea of this, to get the core properly activated, is to maintain that neutral spine. So we're drawing the belly button in and not letting it puff off the mat as the arm and leg drop. Last two. And one. Arms down by your side, feet hip width apart. Bridge up, reach up and across the mat with one arm. Lower the hips, lower the arm, other side. So now we're going to add a bridge to activate into your glutes, low back, and then we add that reach across to get into the shoulder and thoracic spine. We're breathing. One more each side. Arms down by side, lift the hips, hold the hips in this iso hold bridge, and then let's add one march and the other. So what we're trying to do is keep the hips squared as we lift one leg up, adding more intensity for that working leg to keep the hips up. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's come to stand. We got to get our squats in, get everything warmed up. Feet shoulder width apart. Maybe you like a bit wider. Toes are turned out. Push the bum rear, knees track with second toe. Reach the arms out. So by being in bare feet too, you're going to be able to see where that placement of the knee is. As I mentioned, we want to drive it so it's following that second toe when we squat and lunge. We're sinking down as deep as it feels comfortable, encouraging you to try and drop a little lower than parallel to the floor if you're able to. Four more. One more. Bring the feet in, find the balance. Mirror me, bend that leg, hip hinge forward, abduct that leg away. Now we're going to activate and say hello to the outer hip muscles. Get those guys fired up. So they're going to support us in many of the moves that we're going to do today. So this is called your glute med or gluteus medius muscle. And often this muscle can be weak and cause a lot of havoc to your knees and your low back. Last 2. And 1. So if you have issues with either, maybe ask your physiotherapist to test the strength of this guy here. So we're starting the first 2 moves on the mat. A lot of combo moves, as I mentioned, so that we work as many muscles as we can in a single movement. Last 2. Whoops, I can't talk and balance. 1 more. Good job. Big arm circles for 4. Make them big. Go backwards. 3 and 2 and 1. Let's grab that dumbbell. Get ourselves onto the mat. Our combo move, holding onto the dumbbell just above the belly. Nice and long in the back of the neck. Press up. Now bend the elbows. Do a skull crusher. Straighten the elbows and follow back down to that press where we started. All right, 3, 2, 1, ready, here we go. So we press, post to forehead, and then finish the press. So here we've got the pecs, front shoulder, and the triceps working. Watch the forehead as you lower that dumbbell down. I've said it before though, you only have to hit yourself once and you'll never do it again. Now for today's workout, we have 45 seconds of work. There's your time there, 15-second recovery. Now I want you to grab onto the far end of the dumbbell, have it pointed towards the face, and then now angle it away. Bring the legs back up to tabletop like we started with our dead bug. Draw the belly button in. Now extend one leg and the dumbbell down to the ground. Pull back over, other leg. So we're adding a little bit of core work while we work into our back muscles. Now, if this feels good for you and you are an advanced exerciser, maybe you want to extend both heels to the ground, but I don't want you to feel it in your low back. So play around with where you need to feel the exercise in the abs without pain in the low back. Breathe out as the dumbbell on the leg lowers. We stand after this. So we have 7 exercises in our circuit. We'll grab a water, 3 rounds of those. All right, let's come to stand. Whew. I want you to mirror me, dumbbell in this hand. We're gonna start back into a reverse lunge. So just mirror me. Come down, dumbbell to the ground if you can. You'll see I have it on an angle. Now step forward, bicep curl and press. Now let's make a fist with the non-working arm. Now, if you want, you can try a knee up and work that balance further and that stabilizing leg and core as we do the press. Now, maybe you're just starting out in your fitness journey, or maybe the knees just aren't feeling it today. I want you just to do a little tiny knee bend. You're still loading the muscles around the knee joint. So it's still good stuff. Find that balance by focusing on something stationary. So definitely not me right now. All right, so mirror me. We've got the other hand now. So exact same thing. We're gonna start with the dumbbell on an angle so it gets to the ground faster. We start in the lunge position. So nice and tall, drop down, we curl, press. Now let's make a fist with the other hand. And that's gonna help us activate the core a bit more to stabilize our back, especially as we do this, press above the head. Now maybe we're gonna add some balance to this and some challenge into that stabilizing leg and core. Spread the toes as best you can and really root the big toe and try to keep the arch lifted. So don't let the arch drop, and that all comes through by pressing the toes into the mat. All right, dumbbell in this hand now. Softness in this leg. We're taking it into a deadlift, row, come back to start. So hip hinge, nothing in the low back. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Ooh. Deadlift, row, hinge back up. Softness in the stabilizing leg. Joints don't like to be locked out. They prefer muscles around that joint to be contracted for protection. We're making that fist with the other hand. Wow. Maybe you need to hold on to something. I might have to. This is a tad embarrassing, actually. Oh well. I'm letting you know the struggle is real. With balance as you age. I'm living, breathing proof of it. I don't know what's going on. Time. You're just catching me on a bad day. Here we go. We've got the other side. So it's a hip hinge and then we row. Find something stationary to stare at. So again, not me. 3, 2, 1. Let's take her down. I'm looking just ahead of me. Trying to do that deadlift so my upper body is as parallel to the floor as I can get it. So that means then gravity is coming down on my back muscles so I can properly fire them up for my row. We'll make a fist with the other hand. Draw the belly button in towards the spine. All right, let's hold the dumbbell here. Step it out again, just mirror me, this long in the mat, long in the mat. As we step together, we add a press up. So side lunge, press. Now if side lunges aren't your jam, you can do a squat and then a press. When we do the side lunge, toes, knees, hips, shoulders square to me. And we are keeping that one leg straight while we bend the other one. Drop it down. Now this is our last one of the circuit. We'll grab a quick water break and take it back to the top. Woo, all right, 30-second breather, quick water. Keep moving those feet for me though. Cheers. Nothing like cold water when you're working out. All right, so let's take it down, right? We've got the press skull crusher happening. 10 seconds to get down there. Back of the neck is long. Elbows tucked into your side. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Now, as I mentioned, first round, this is working the pecs, front shoulder, and triceps. You most likely won't feel the pecs that much, but you should feel your triceps, back of the upper arm. So we're always going to feel the smaller muscles first. Makes sense, right? They're going to fatigue faster. But the pecs are involved, as are the front shoulders, to press that dumbbell up. And then it's all triceps for the skull crusher. Extend the arms, hold on to the dumbbell furthest away from you. It should be facing your face and then angle it away. Let's get legs in tabletop. Draw the belly button in towards the spine. Pull the shoulders back and down. Let's start with a single leg drop first, okay? And then you can get all fancy and do double if that's where you're at. If that feels good in your low back, give it a try. Again, we're keeping that neutral spine. Elbows are soft. In the upper body, the movement's coming through our shoulders. Come to stand. Okay, lunge, curl press. So just mirror me, dumbbell in this hand. This leg's gonna step back into the lunge. I'll go to this side though, so now we know. Take that hip hinge, curl press. Down, curl press. Stabilizing knee is what? Soft, you got it. You remember why, right? That's right. Joints like muscle contraction. Locked out joint, very little muscle contraction. So that's going to put it at a tedious position. Now this knee up as I press, that's optional, right? Remember that first round? We did the toe tap. That's how we started out. All right, other side. So we start into that lunge. Hip hinge. We start down. Curl, press. And again, maybe you're keeping the toe there. Feeling that front leg, right? This one will get you in the glute tomorrow. You'll say, thank you, PJ. Dumbbell on the other hand. There might be some other adjectives for PJ. Okay, so we deadlift and we row. Softness in the knee. Let's do the deadlift. Row. Come back to stand. Now, one thing I know about you guys, you curse me while you're doing it, but then we're friends again at the end. It's a strange relationship we have, isn't it? Who is this woman that hurts me? But you're not hurting. We're struggling though. And you know what? We got to keep on struggling so we get stronger and stronger. Because we want to age like badasses. Here we go, other side. Yes, we do. We want to travel up until we don't feel like traveling anymore. We don't want age to dictate when we stop traveling. Here we go. We want to be able to bring in every grocery bag that we bought from the back of the car in one trip without age saying, no, you got to take it in a few trips. We want to be able to pick up that grandchild, or in my case, my grandniece, my great niece, I guess that's what her name would be, without worrying about popping your low back. Now, if you're in your 40s or younger doing this workout with me, that's where your goals will evolve to. And I call it evolve because they do. Time. It's pretty cool. All right, we take it into that side lunge, okay? We add the press in the center. Again, if you don't like the side lunges, I know there are some of you that don't, squat and press. No problem. Here we go, mirror me. Step out. Press. One thing, and I know people are saying it as a compliment, but I'm getting a little tired of, is when people find out my age, as well as my husband's. Wow, you look good for your age. Can't they just say, you look good, leave it there. That's okay. My husband's like fine wine. He does get more handsome as he gets older. Whew. All right, grab another sip of water. I'm very lucky. All right, press to skull crusher. This is our final round. So if you do have a spare dumbbell kicking around that's heavier, I want you to be truthful with yourself. Could you increase the weight on some of the moves? Just throwing it out there for you. All right, on your backs. Back the neck long. Whew. Dumbbell above the belly. Let's press, skull crusher, and down. All right, let's get the dumbbell up. Cup the end farthest away from you, dumbbell pointed to your face, and now angle it away. Legs at tabletop. We're doing a single or a double leg drop, whatever's gonna feel best for you. Draw the belly button in, activate that core, lower, breathe out, pull back. Just a soft elbow bend, and then let's just move through the shoulders with the dumbbell portion. The legs, you can keep them bent, do a single leg straight. You got lots of options. Again, making sure we just feel the abs fire up. No pain or discomfort in the low back. Come to stand. All right, mirror me. Dumbbell in this hand, step back with this leg. Dumbbell to the ground. Fist, fire up that core. 3, 2, 1. Curl up, press. If you'd like, add that knee up. Your gaze is just ahead of you. And then don't look around. Or try looking around. You'll see what happens. Your body's going to follow where your eyes go. So that's why focal points are really important when balancing. All right, dumbbell in this hand. So now what? This leg goes back, right? Perfect. See, you could be doing my job. All right, here we go. Let's lunge it back. Come on down, come and join me. Take it down. We tap, we press, or we knee drive. I think I finally found my balance on this side. Big difference from round 1 to round 3 for me. How are you doing? All right, let's switch hands. Dumbbell in this hand. This is the leg that's coming off the ground. Softness in that working leg. Fire up the core, maybe make a fist to help you give more core activation. Deadlift, row, drive to stand. Last one. All right, other side. So softness in the knee. Let's draw that belly button in. So you're almost pretending like somebody's coming to sucker punch you and you're bracing for that impact. That's going to help us keep this area strong. Then we hinge to the hip, not the waistband. Find that focal point. I think I spoke too soon. It's frustrating, isn't it? I know. Simple task of standing on one leg. We should be able to do that, right? Yeah. If you've ever been challenged with that and get frustrated, I know exactly what you're talking about. The key is just to exhale that frustration, because that's not going to help you. All right, here we go. It's my little Buddha tip. We've got side to side lunges. If that doesn't work for you, you're doing that squat and press. Last move, let's go. Oh, legs are getting tired. We're almost there at home. Come on, you and I together. We're going to stay strong till the end. Let's do one more here. And nice job. High five. All right, grab a quick sip of water. I need to stretch you out before you head on for the rest of your day or evening. Let's get into the hip flexor. Whew, okay, so your left knee's on the ground, the knee's behind the hip. Now here's how we make the hip flexor stretch better. We tuck the tailbone under, lunge forward, inhale left arm straight up so you feel that separation rib from hip, and then lean away as best you can. Here's another culprit. We were talking about the glute med and low back. So if the outer hip muscles are weak, that can cause back pain and knee pain. This guy, your hip flexor, if she's tight, she can cause a lot of havoc to the low back. So this is a stretch I encourage you to do, especially if you travel, sitting for long periods of time. Really shorten these guys up, and it doesn't feel good on the low back. Other side. So remember, we go deep into it. So knee is behind the hip, and then tuck the tailbone under. So that's the key, is tucking under, reaching straight up as high as we can, then a bit more, and now lean away. I actually do this stretch when I'm in an airplane. I get some stares. I've actually even had people ask me if I'm okay because I'm doing it right beside them, because we don't fly first class. But it feels better, and I know that that's what my hips need and my low back needs. So if you remember anything in this workout, I want you to remember this stretch, please. All right, let's take it. Big toes together, open the knees up, sit back, scoot the hands forward, forehead to mat if that's available to you. Really walk the hands forward too, so we can lengthen down the sides of the body. And have a seat. Left ankle crosses over right thigh. Walk that right foot in and then press yourself towards your shin. Now, if being weight bearing on your wrists doesn't feel good, then come down into figure 4. All right. Now we're going to flex this left foot. And then from here, I want you to think about windshield wipering that right leg. Just getting a little deeper into the left hip here. And then let's hold it still, a couple breaths, maybe taking it a bit deeper if you can. And bend the elbows, release the leg, other leg. Press forward, chest towards the shin. Flex that right foot now. Find that stretch. And then windshield wiper the left leg. Come to still. Maybe push yourself closer. Hold the stretch for a couple of breaths here. Bend the elbows, release the legs, extend them out, inhale up, exhale, fold forward. Maybe you can grab onto the toes, shins, or maybe you prefer to have the hands behind you. You've got many options here. Where we want to feel this is behind the thighs and possibly too on that low back. Again, getting a stretch, no pain or discomfort. Release. Hey, we did it. Thank you so much for joining me. Drop a comment down below. I love reading them. And have yourself a fabulous rest of your day, and we will see you next workout. Bye. You're going to get a really good calorie burn, get the heart rate up a bit, as well as work all your muscles. This is optional for optional. This is not optional. This is not optional. You have to do this. You only need one moderate weight dumbbell. For reference, I have a 15-pound. This workout is also all levels and osteoporosis friendly. All right. Oh, damn it. Hey, they're good. Look at. Let's try that again.